People in Hong Kong get their drinking water from taps. The Water Supplies Department is responsible for processing and purifying this water for human consumption. The department examines samples of drinking water regularly to ensure that the quality meets standards set by the World Health Organization. In recent years, however, there have been media reports about Hong Kong's drinking water being polluted. Some pointed out that Dongjiang River, one of the major sources of drinking water in Hong Kong, has become seriously polluted. It's natural that people in Hong Kong worry about the quality of drinking water.
Do you drink untreated tap water?
No, it's too dirty. I think tap water in Hong Kong is quite clean.
Our tap water comes from the Dongjiang River. Since the water source has been polluted, I can't say for sure whether we can drink directly from the tap.
Do you believe that tap water in Hong Kong is fit for drinking?
No.
Why?
Ever since I was a child, Dad and Mom have taught me to boil tap water before drinking it. I guess it's because the water is dirty.
How about you?
I hesitate about drinking tap water because there might be bacteria in it.
In fact, how is the quality of tap water in Hong Kong?
Though some may have doubts about the quality of tap water in Hong Kong, I'd like to make it clear that everyone can rest assured that there's no problem. This is because drinking water has been purified and disinfected before delivery to households. Our drinking water meets quality standards set by the World Health Organization. We analyze 25,000 samples every year to ensure the quality of the water. In principle, drinking water from the waterworks can be consumed directly and there's no need for boiling.
Some people complain that water from the tap is sometimes light yellow in color. The Water Supplies Department has often pointed out that most buildings use galvanized steel pipes without lining. These pipes rust after a few years of use, turning the water yellow.
The quality of our tap water is not poor at all. Our hygienic conditions are very good in comparison with those in other countries. The chief reason is that we have world-class waterworks. Water from the Dongjiang River is polluted, but it does not follow that our tap water is contaminated. The contamination may be caused at the final stage of delivery by the mismanagement of the pipe systems in our homes. We must first distinguish different stages of contamination.
Right. If the water supply system in a building is well maintained, the drinking water will not turn yellow.
If the water turns yellow, is it unhealthy?
I believe it is. The yellow color indicates that the water is not pure and may contain impurities or bacteria. Drinking the water may pose a health hazard.
Yes. A yellow color indicates that there are impurities in it, so...
If the water is yellow, you won't feel comfortable drinking it.
In fact, yellow water contains only a minute amount of dissolved iron. Drinking the water will not affect our health. Indeed, the amount of iron derived from our daily consumption of food is far greater than the amount we get from drinking water.
University experts tell us not to worry. The yellow color of the water is merely the rust dissolved from the water pipes and is not unhealthy. I appreciate that this is a scientific fact, but does it mean that we can assure the public that the yellowish water is still fit for drinking? Can we do that? Is it possible?
Hong Kong people have been drinking tap water for a long time. Is there any record of poisoning from drinking water? This is an interesting issue. Millions of people have been drinking tap water for so many years. Is there anyone who became sick or died after drinking tap water over a long period of time? Perhaps only the government can provide such data.
The fact is that, under normal circumstances, you can just leave the tap running for a moment and the yellowish water will turn colorless. If the problem is serious, the water pipes will have to be replaced. The problem can be solved by using galvanized steel pipes, copper pipes, or polyethylene pipes with lining. Some people complain that drinking water supplied by the Water Supplies Department occasionally has a slight chlorine odor. According to the Water Supplies Department, most people in Hong Kong live in tall buildings. It takes time for drinking water to travel from the waterworks through water pipes to the rooftop water tanks of buildings and further to the households. Therefore, there must be a sufficient amount of chlorine in the water to ensure its quality during the delivery and storage in water tanks.
But if we find the smell intolerable, what can we do?
Well, we can call the management office to request cleaning the water tank and the piping systems.
We can drink distilled water. We're sure it's clean.
We can also complain to the Water Services Department.
In fact, if we boil the tap water, the chlorine in the water will disappear altogether.
As there are limited natural sources of water in Hong Kong, the government has a water supply contract with Guangdong Province for the delivery of water from Dongjiang River to Hong Kong. On television or newspapers, we sometimes come across reports of Dongjiang River being polluted.
Nearly 80% of the water used by Hong Kong people is Dongjiang River water bought from the mainland. This arrangement avoids shortages like those of the 60s and has worked smoothly for 30 years. But the quality of the water has been questioned repeatedly in recent years.
Both environmental groups and scholars are skeptical about the quality of the Dongjiang River water.
So we get the water, but we have to exert a lot of effort to make it clean.
We pay for the water, of course we expect it to be clean and odorless, but now we cannot drink the water without worry.
We pay more than $3.90 per unit for the water, yet we have to exert a lot of effort in processing it for human consumption. Do we really get value for our money?
Addressing such comments, the Water Supplies Department advises that according to the water supply contract between the HKSAR government and the Guangdong authorities, Dongjiang River water delivered to Hong Kong must meet the standard of surface water in China to ensure that the water is absolutely fit for drinking after processing by waterworks in Hong Kong. In addition, Guangdong Province tries its best to protect the quality of water delivered to Hong Kong. For example, sewage treatment plants have been established along the banks of the river to treat sewage before it's discharged. Rules have been set to ban the establishment of polluting industries along the river. Those existing along the river have to be moved away. The intake point of the Dongjiang River water has been moved up to regions of better quality. A biological nitrifying treatment plant in Shenzhen has come into operation, much improving the quality of the Dongjiang River water delivered to Hong Kong.
That's not all. An enclosed water piping system running from the Dongjiang water intake to the Shenzhen reservoir will be completed in 2003. In fact, when Dongjiang River water flows into the Makwu water pumping station, the automatic monitoring system in the station starts gauging water quality to ensure that it meets the standards. Therefore, there's no cause for worry.
In recent years, many people like to drink bottled water. How much do we know about bottled water?
We think that bottled water is healthier. The bottles can also be recycled.
We know that there are about a dozen types of bottled water in the market.
I think we are not sure whether the quality of bottled water is better than that of tap water. We are not quite clear about it.
We think that bottled water is more expensive. At least we have to pay for the bottle.
In general, there are the following types of bottled water. Distilled water. Reverse osmosis purified water. Spring water. Natural mineral water and non-natural mineral water. But different countries may have different definitions for various types of water. In Hong Kong, there is no legal definition for various types of water. All bottled water is now regulated by law and must meet the standards laid down by the Codex Alimentarius Commission and the World Health Organization to be fit for drinking. Distilled water is obtained from distillation. When water is heated to its boiling point, it changes from liquid to steam. When the steam is cooled, it condenses and becomes liquid water. This is called distilled water. The suspended particles, bacteria, virus and inorganic matters, including minerals, will remain where they are. Production of reverse osmosis purified water. When pressure is exerted on water so that it goes through a fine membrane, substances that cannot go through the membrane are removed. The water is thus purified. This process is called reverse osmosis. As for spring water, it is defined by U.S. authorities as water obtained from underground sources, bottled near a spring and containing less than 250 milligrams of standard TDS minerals per liter. Water with a mineral count of over 250 milligrams per liter is called natural mineral water. Natural mineral water is directly obtained underground and is bottled near the spring. The minerals in natural mineral water must come from rocks and be dissolved in the water over time. As the solubility of minerals in rocks vary according to the geology, natural mineral water produced in different locations have different mineral contents and tastes. Lastly, non-natural mineral water. Non-natural mineral water has minerals added to tap water. This is its difference from natural mineral water. To check if bottled water is safe, we have to test its hygienic level and contents of harmful matters. As for quality, it has to be tested in mineral content and taste. The Food and Environmental Hygiene Department has tight control over the safety of bottled water sold in Hong Kong.
We send health inspectors to the market and manufacturers regularly to obtain samples of bottled water for safety testing. The bacteria content is one of the items tested. The samples are tested for coliform and E. coli. As some spring water and natural mineral water is not bottled or packed in a sterilized environment, there are chances of pollution during manufacturing. Tests for coliform and E. coli are the best indicators of the hygienic condition.
What should we note when we buy bottled water?
When buying bottled water, we should choose those properly sealed and with a later date of expiry. The water must be consumed as quickly as possible after the bottle is opened.
Apart from the bacterial content, the clarity of the water is another criterion for determining its level of hygiene. According to the Guidelines for Drinking Water Quality, issued by the World Health Organization, distilled water, reverse osmosis purified water, and non-natural mineral water should maintain a turbidity standard of below 5 NTU.
But the Codex Standard for Natural Mineral Waters of the United Nations doesn't have guidelines on the turbidity of spring water and natural mineral water.
What is the harmful matter content of bottled water?
The harmful matter content refers to whether the water sample is polluted by industry, agriculture, or the environment. These harmful substances include heavy metals like arsenic, lead and mercury. In addition, there are also cyanides, nitrates, other organic compounds, and remains of insecticides. Take natural mineral water as an example. The safety standard set by Codex allows no more than 0.01 milligrams of lead per litre of water.
Why is there such a standard?
Lead is an accumulative toxic matter. It's not easy for lead to be discharged from the human body. When lead accumulates to a high level, the nervous system will be damaged.
When buying bottled water, some people will also give consideration to its mineral content. The mineral content is taken as the total dissolved solids that remain after the sample is evaporated. Minerals generally include sodium ions, magnesium ions, calcium ions, chloride, and sulfate.
In the past, some experiments showed that the mineral content of spring water, non-natural mineral water, and natural mineral water was not that high. The mineral content of some samples is even lower than that of tap water.
Doctors and nutritionists believe that more vegetables and fruit in our daily diet is a more effective way to increase our mineral intake.
Everybody has different tastes. How is the taste indicator for bottled water determined?
The taste indicator includes carbon dioxide content, total dissolved solid content, and the pH value of the water.
Some people like sparkling water because it makes them feel cooler. Some also think that drinks containing carbon dioxide can help in the digestion process. Is that true?
Some tests show that bottled water in general contains free carbon dioxide. But the choice of sparkling bottled water is a matter of preference. Its effect on health is minimal.
Then how do the total dissolved solids affect the taste?
Apart from showing the level of mineral content, total dissolved solids can also be a taste indicator. The guidelines for drinking water quality set out the highest level of total dissolved solids per litre of water. If the total dissolved solid content is too high, the taste will suffer. On the other hand, if the level is too low, the taste will be lighter.
During the production of distilled water and pure water, most of the minerals are removed. Therefore, the level of total dissolved solids will be very low, and the taste will be lighter. Having said that, people have different sensitivity to taste. Not everyone can notice the effect of the level of total dissolved solids on taste.
However, excessive sulfates result in a bad taste. Excessive sodium makes water slightly salty, and excessive zinc gives water the smell of iron.
Regarding the pH value, distilled water and reverse osmosis purified water sold in Hong Kong are slightly acidic, whereas non-natural mineral water, spring water, and natural mineral water are slightly alkaline. However, the difference is very small. The World Health Organization has indicated that foods in general are slightly acidic or alkaline. Moreover, the stomach normally produces a lot of hydrochloric acid. The effect of the pH value of bottled water, in contrast, is minimal. Therefore, manufacturers assure consumers that bottled water is fit for consumption. Having listened to the analyses by experts, do you still have doubts about the quality of drinking water in Hong Kong? Have you changed your opinion of bottled water?